So I want to thank Ty and Townsend for coming on to the show today. Let's go straight into it. Actually, before we go straight into it, how are you guys doing?
I'm good, man. My name's Dwayne, though, first. Townsend's my last name. First name's Dwayne, but that's cool. That's cool.
I'm good, man. Nice, relaxing day.
So I just want to say, these guys have been one of the biggest supporters of my journey so far. So again, it's actually good to actually physically get you guys to actually sit down and actually talk about football. Yeah. So, no, thank you. My first question is, why do you think people should continue watching what we're going to talk about today?
Firstly, I need to know what we're talking about before I answer that question.
Everything. Football, mental health, social media.
Yeah, I mean, well, in terms of the vets level, your show, obviously, you've been covering a lot of these things. But I think, I don't know, when it comes to mental health, and I personally believe, not trying to offend nobody, but it's become a little bit of a buzz term in terms of there's some men that they've struggled to get out of bed in the morning because they've had an argument with a girlfriend, and then they're ringing in work saying they've got mental health problems. Them kind of things, they're, not the greatest, but...
Okay. Well, we're definitely going to dig into that. Ty, do you want to kind of elaborate on anything that Dwayne said?
It's more the vets football. I think you covered a lot of stuff to do with our vets league anyway, and I don't think a lot of people do. So I think, once we dig into it properly, then I think more people might want to, help us out and keep bringing it up and keep talking about vets football and what we're doing and get more players to come and join. And so it's a good thing, man.
Cool.
Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger now, obviously, with the social media, and even for me, not playing at the moment or not playing anymore, but you can just see, obviously, every team's got an Instagram account. Every team's posting every week, posting the results, putting up their players, sort of giving the players like a vet's career, but it's like a bit of a pro career with the sort of other teams knowing what you're doing. And so from that score, I just think it's just completely changed. As it, when I came up thinking about vets football, it was just old men that were just old and fat and couldn't play no more. That's how you used to think about it. But now it's like people are coming to it so young. It's just like playing non-league. It's not even really any slower. When you get to the higher divisions, especially in the top division, it's not even any slower than non-league. So,
okay. What's the one team you think individually that's going to struggle next season?
In what division?
In Division 1, Division 2.
Based on what I've seen now, Division 1, most probably Leone Stars.
They'll fold. I think they'll fold.
Think they'll fold?
You think they'll fold?
I think they'll fold, man.
I think they started really well, or they gave us a slap the first game. So they did start well. But then since then, they've done what they've always done over the years, where they just sometimes they'll turn up, they have 10 men at the beginning, sometimes 9, then a man will roll up late, and then they just end up, they're 6-0 down at half time. But they started really well. They've got a couple guys that played high level pro. I think a couple of them played internationally. But they just always seem to struggle. And I think this year, after their first few weeks, they just started getting hide-ins every week, and that's carried on. So I think for me, probably them. But you think they'll probably fold? I don't know.
I think they'll fold. Yeah, I think bullshit runners have done their bit, man. They've
done their bit.
They've done their bit. They're probably gonna fold as well, man.
Where are they now? Div 2.
Bow Street, I believe they're second from bottom, but don't quote me.
Yeah, I think they'll fold.
But I think they're just because it's sort of backed by the police. I think they'll just keep playing because I don't know if it's funded by them. But it's just it's more for them. It's more about getting out the house. Whereas for a lot of the teams in the top division, it's really about winning.
Well, I mean, I've seen Glebe struggle, Johnson and Phillips as well. They're in the top division, and you think if you're in the top division, you would expect at least 12, 13 players to actually turn up. So actually, when games are getting called off because of non-availability, it's a bit of a piss take.
Do they? Because every time we've played Johnson and Phillips, they seem to have had plenty of players there, plenty of numbers.
Mm.
So I don't know if they're struggling because of that. I don't know if it's because of numbers. I think they're just not the greatest. No disrespect, but I just don't think they're the greatest. But they've always, every time we've played them, they've never struggled for numbers. And I think between them and maybe a couple of the other teams that are nearby, like geographically, I think they seem to like one team will like fold, and then like 5 of them will go and play for Johnson and Phillips, or like Johnson and Phillips will die out, and then like 4 of them go and play for someone. Do you know what I mean? Like the teams that are around that area. So I don't know, but for numbers, I don't think they got a problem with numbers. I don't know. I've never seen them be short.
Who Johnson and Phillips?
Yeah, not when I've played them.
They've given points away to, I think 2 teams. Gave Santos the points last week, and I swear they gave LSU the points as well.
Yeah, I'm just saying when we've played them,
when it's time to play
they've
us,
never had. Yeah, they've always had the players. Yeah,
I'm like, huh? I don't know.
Maybe they just, I don't know,
fancy it against us, man. That's what it is.
Played the team previously and just thought, oh, we've only got 12. What's the point of us going there and just getting slapped? So we just give the points away. I don't know.
Okay.
The league needs to do something about that, though, really.
So, Ty, I just want to kind of say something because, like, when you said, oh, they always turn up to play us, who's us for you?
Independent.
And in an Independent's journey this season, how like would you assess it so far?
We started off poor. And then we played against Santos. And even though we drew 1-1, it's like that kind of kickstart. It's like everybody started. I don't know what it is. I still can't put my finger, but everyone started working for each other. And then we went on a mad run. Like, I don't think we lost until we
Charco,
innit?
Yeah,
it might be Charco, yeah, the other day, yeah.
Yeah.
Like mad run, like goals were flying in from left, right, centre. And I don't know, it was like a togetherness, man. Like I still can't put my finger on it where it was, whether it was management, whether the players just said, we've had enough. But yeah, we were playing really, really well, man. Really well.
Do you think it's probably the best balanced independent team you've played under?
Best quality players, best quality independent. Yeah, balance. Yeah or no? Yeah, that's a hard one.
For me, like I say, from when I was playing, it's definitely in the years I've been playing for Ray and Paul's team, it's definitely the best team by far in terms of ability. And the togetherness thing is like, I would say, like, the better players you get, the more ego you get. The more ego you get, you're always going to get friction. That just happens. That happens at any level. Happens in the Prem. So I would say probably if you look back at, or Ray would probably tell you himself, and Paul, if you look back when they first started, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, they probably say they probably had a lot more fun, and it was probably a lot easier in terms of management. You could just turn up. You probably 4-0 up most times at half time. You can just do what you want. But now it's like you've tactically got to be aware of what to do in these games, because teams, I've got players that have been paid in the past, they've been about, they know what they're doing, and the management, some of the managers as well, they might be in a position where they're making changes in the game to combat what you're doing, and you need to then do the same. So it's just more about management now.
And I want to know why you decided to
play
leave.
Golf now. I play golf now.
I know, but I mean,
it's less stressful.
Okay,
but I'm still around. I'm still about. I still go and watch when I can, just like with football. I mean, this is like, I've done this many times over the years where I've played, and then I've got into some kind of argument with someone, and then I'll just be like, I'm not playing football no more, and I just Ty knows, because he hears me moaning about it all the time. I ain't playing football no more, and then I just won't play for ages. And even today, I spoke to Nels today because they got some like 7-a-side team, because I said to him, I'm just getting an itch, I kind of want to play. So I'll probably play again, but it just sometimes I just don't feel it. And when when you get into a little bit of an argument with someone, I just can't be bothered with it, to be honest. So 10 years ago it'd have been different, but
so is it safe to say that you're like almost like the Ronnie O'Sullivan of football?
The Ronnie O'Sullivan of football. I don't know about that. Ronnie O'Sullivan's like the best snooker player ever. So I don't know about that. But
no, well, you can definitely give like the balance to independent. You are probably one of the only ball, like the natural ball carrier, and without you in the team, it is weaker.
The results don't really suggest that, really. And I've been to watch, and I know the players that are playing instead of me, and to be fair, I would say individually they are better players than I am. But I don't know, with football, especially playing at the back, I just got a level of consistency. That's it, really. Like, in terms of ability, there's no one that's stepped in. You know, Chewy's been playing while I've not been there. Chewy's better on the ball than I am. Like, you know, Nathaniel's been playing there every week. He's basically been man in a match like 8 out of 10 games or something. Something ridiculous. Some of them he shouldn't have got though. Sorry, I have you got to let him know that as well. But to be fair, the results don't suggest that. And when, like Ty was saying, the game against Santos where we turned the corner kind of thing, and we kind of didn't really play great football, but we just kind of battled them, and the game was kind of tight and we battled them. We was unlucky to draw the game. But from that day, there's been weeks where Chewy's been missing because of work. I was missing, I was away on holiday. People were missing in vital areas, but the team kept winning. Someone just came in and the team just kept winning. It doesn't matter who came in. Like this, every team's got so-called weaker players. People come in and the team just kept winning, and it's carried on like that. Obviously, lost the other day against Charcoal, but anyone can lose against them because that's just the level of player they've got. So yeah, I don't really think me not playing, it's not made a difference to the results anyway. So.
And again, we've all bantered aside. We've kind of gone on a journey that any kind of issues that I've felt, especially probably even starting like the vet scene. I've spoken to both of you, and like we've had frank conversations. And like one of the conversations that we had, you guys instigated it in terms of an actual physical meetup.
Okay.
I just want to know, like, whose idea it was and literally what you wanted to kind of get out of the physical meetup.
What are we talking about? Brixton?
Yeah, Brixton. Oh, okay. I don't know. I can't remember who instigated it. I think
who instigated it? It might have been me. That's probably a lot of my problem is getting involved in other people's when I probably should. But no, I think we might have just said, obviously, you and the management had a bit of friction about a couple of different things that had happened surrounding your award for the content creation. So I mean, at the end of the day, this is the problem when you have a team where you go back with people, because like even like Ray, Ty, yourself, we haven't really known. I've known Ty longer than everyone else, but it's still not like, we have not known Ty for like 30 years. Like, it's still relatively, it's like maybe 10 years or something like that. And everyone else in the vets team, I only met them from the vets team. But because we're all invested, even when I was at LSU, at the very beginning of LSU, there was a lot of stuff we did for the team, for the club, that we just you was invested in it more than just turning up and playing. Like, and everyone becomes really tight. And when you become tight, that's when like, the arguments happen. And when the arguments start like that, because you're so close, you just kind of want to resolve it however you can, and I just think that was the only reason them things happened. How many club crisis meetings have we had since, not just here, but I'm saying LSU, Peckham Town, all the vets teams that we've been involved in at some point, because everyone cares more than just turning up. It's like, Rob, we're not doing this right. Let's go Nando's and talk about it. Let's sit down. Why are we not doing this? Why are we not doing that? And it's because everyone cares. So that's why that meeting happened.
But that meeting needed to happen, because if I'm having a conversation with you on the phone because you're not happy about something, and then Ray will ring me and he's not happy about something, but then I'm the in between. So I'm like, it's long because I just want you to resolve it, innit? It's, he said this, no, but he said this. Yeah, but he's told me you said this. And it's just, we're going around in circles and circles and circles. And I'm like, why can't you ring that person? Like, you both know each other. But then we'll turn up on a Saturday and we'll just play like nothing.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's weird. I just don't understand that. And then, like, Ray always says he wouldn't pick a team. He would pick you even if he was playing well. But I don't know. If I don't like you, you're not playing. Simple as that. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. If I don't like you, it could be bitchy, I know, but if I don't like you, I'm not. Why am I gonna play you?
Yeah, but that's
you're in arguments.
Yeah, but that's to the detriment.
The detriment of the
yeah.
No, but if me and you are in arguments, even you might think it yourself. Say you played good the week before, right? And then you and Ray have an argument, or you and manager have an argument, and then you turn up and you're not playing. Are you gonna think, oh, why am I playing? If I played good the week before, and not say no because you've done it before. You're like, why am I not playing? And you might turn around and think, oh, it's because we had beef, because we had an argument. No,
sometimes it is because I think sometimes it is because of that. It's hard when everyone's friends and it gets a bit emotional and
yeah, man.
You know, someone's just wound you up in it and you just think, oh, do you know what, whatever in it, just don't play him. It's like, unless it's someone that, like, no disrespect, but like unless it's like you've got R9 up front, it's like he has to play no matter what. I don't care if he slaps me in the face, he has to play. If he can get away with, like, if the management can get away with not playing someone because they've had some kind of problem and still getting the right result, then yeah, sometimes that's how it goes. And that's not just me talking about independent, that's just anyone doing this vets thing and doing it for fun. No one wants to come at the house and get abused. And if I was like, me and Ray have had plenty of disagreements, and that is the reason why, because we're always on the phone. All of us are always we're on the phone every, you know, it's like we're on like conference calls like hours. Almost every day for like, you'd be on a call for like 2 hours while you're working. It's like, because you're just talking about the team and you're talking about this, and because everyone wants the team to do better. That's all it is.
So now, as kind of, I'd say, more advanced players and players with experience, that kind of hunger to win and that kind of that desire to like win trophies, that never dies, right?
Not in this division, no.
No, man.
Not with the top sides. I think with the top sides, it's just never going to die, because all these guys, they've all been used to playing at a level where winning is sort of everything. Like when you play a little bit of county football, you play a bit of non-league and you're getting paid and you've got a bit of pressure to get your, you know, or you're on a goal bonus, like all them kind of things. Like, and then obviously you've got the guys in the team that maybe haven't played that level, but they're kind of feeding off of the guys that have. So it's kind of going into them as well, you know? So I just think, yeah, the Charcoals, the LSUs, independent, even obviously Glebe not having a great season, but when they were one bells, like, you know, they were just the best team for years. Good, all their players, they've all been about. So that's just, you know, it's never going to leave you. You're never going to want to lose.
Ty, anything to add?
Nah, man. I just can't believe how competitive it is right now.
Crazy.
Like it's like, it feels like playing at a level again. Because, you know, once you play at like a county level or Ram and Prem or one of those levels, and you go down to vets, it's like, oh, I'm going to play against these old guys. You just run it. When I first joined, everyone was like, oh, it's all easy for you. You're running past all these old men, like, da 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 da. But see that now, it's not as easy, bro, because they're going from non-league football straight to vets. You know, like before you go for non-league football, and then one of your friends would be like, "Oh, come and play for my team, my Saturday team. Oh, you don't have to pay subs and all that." And then he would look outstanding. But now they're going straight to vets. So it's like it's mad. It's hard and it's just compared, but it's good though, because now everybody wants to join. I've had people say to me, "Oh, I've said to people, come and join my team, come and be independent." Boy, man's asked me to come play for this team. I'm like, huh? I didn't even know, you know, that they knew each other. But it's like, that's how competitive it is now, because everybody wants all the good players. But I think it's good, man. I think it's really, really good.
Crazy. It's only going to get bigger as well. If you look at, and again, like I go back to Charcoal and a bit lesser so Glebe, but Charcoal really with the names, obviously they can't get these guys out all the time. But with the people that they're getting associated with the team, the ex-pro, it's only going to get bigger, because, you know, it's giving, especially if you're a pro that's retired, and you kind of, you know, you get that with pros where they get a little bit lost, where there's nothing more to do, and they, you know, they're not going to training with the banter with the team and all that sort of thing. But then you can come back into vets and you got a bit of like internet shine, and, you know, you've got this team again. Then guys are just saying, yeah, I'm just going to go and play for this, you know, this Charcoal side or Westland, whoever it is, or independent, you know, whatever it is, because they're playing good football and it reminds you of those days. Like that's sometimes why, when I'm not playing now, I'll still go and watch. even if I just go and watch, so I can just jump in a change room before the game and just hear the half time and just chat to everybody and all of that, you know. So yeah, you know, you always miss that.
And Ellis, you have how many ex-pros have Ellis you got? 5, 6,
5 or 6.
5 or 6. We have a few.
Might be more than that, you know.
I mean, non-league definitely,
Yeah.
like Jason, Byron, like obviously Byron Pro, Baz Savage,
JB,
Jermaine, yeah, 5 or 6 easy.
Yeah,
Rowan's been down there.
So as I'm saying, like, you know,
so yeah, they've had a few.
Yeah, so like again, anyone that's kind of watching this, I would literally tell you to, if you can, get down to a Vets game.
Get down to a game and have a look, yeah, because people will be surprised. The top teams in that first division, the football is
it's not walkover football. It's not walkover football.
It's not walking football.
No,
because you're not walking.
You hear a lot of people saying, like, maybe not so now, but maybe a couple of years ago, they go to go into Vets, they'd be like, oh no, man, like it's going to be too easy. And then they come in and they try and play a game. Like, if you've not been playing football for like 4 or 5 years and you try and come and play top level Vets, you're going to struggle. You know what I mean? You're going to pull up.
You guys mentioned the winning streak that Independent were on, and then it was ended by Charcoal in the London Vets semi-finals. Charcoal, like, you know, love them or hate them, like they are here, champions of the league, the London Cup, and the Beckenham Cup as well. What makes them hard to beat? And of course, you saw them. So. You was like at the game. I mean, how did you feel when, again, you know, you guys were a player up, had a great opportunity to actually get through. I mean,
what, the actual game?
Yeah, the actual game itself.
When they got a man sent off, I think they went 2-0 up quick. It was like bang bang, and I was like, Jesus! Like, I was like,
bang bang.
I was like, this team's good, man. Like, you could see them though. We know some of their players, so I know he's good. I know he's good. But when I got to the game and the game started, and I saw the players that I know on the bench, I was like, wow, because they're good players. They're all good players. So I was like, yeah. So they've drafted the new players, whatever. But they're a good side, man. They're a good side. But then when they got the man sent off, about 15, 20 minutes for half time, they were penned in their half. And I was like, game's over. I was like, we're gonna win this game. But their manager, like, he made a sub, right, where he's basically brought on, what's his name?
It's Finney.
That's Finney, yeah. So he brought on a big target man, put him up front, and he had him on one side. And it was basically, now we're gonna play to this strategy, innit? And it worked, man. And I was like, just that simple change.
What,
like,
just kept going there?
Huh?
He just kept going down that side. Kept going down that side.
He kept saying, but he's good though. He's good. And the guy up front, they brought one guy up front and he was holding it up, big guy. And then I think he shot his load and he was busted. Like, this guy was big. I'm talking about big hench guy. And I was like, he done well, like bring it down, play man. But then he come on and the next guy come on. I basically done the same thing. And I was like, they just kept giving it to him. And they were playing like they had 11 players. Yeah. And I was like, no, this team's good. But I know some people might say, oh, you know, our manager didn't make the right decisions.
Wasn't proactive.
Yeah, you keep saying wasn't proactive.
What do you think that for? Don't give me that face, bro. I wasn't there.
It's hard though, because the Charcoal guys bringing off players off the bench who are of quality. But our bench is not as strong as theirs. So it was a bit hard for, I don't know, our managers to look around and say, okay, let me bring him on. He's going to come make a difference. Like, some people, I'm on the bench, I might not make a difference. But their players are played at a high level. So, now they're good, man. As you said, love them or hate them, Charcoal are a good team, innit?
Well, if they got 10, like, that's what I'm saying, because they've been about,
they know
you
what
go
to
down
do.
to 10, it don't really. Not saying it don't matter, but you know, obviously you said they was penned in for like 20 minutes, but then they just ride the storm, and then they're just like, you know what, we'll just get back into this, and then, you know, if you don't bury, they're there, isn't it?
And we had chances.
They'll capitalise,
and
they had.
We had chances. We had chances. I think it was we had chances to at 2-2
and at 3-3.
And at 3-3, yeah, we had chances, but it's like even the goals that they scored, like they scored some good goals. Like, but they got one chance, bang, score.
Yeah.
And then like, raw. Now we're like, fuck, what we gonna do? So you gotta give it to them, innit? But I think we know how to beat Charcoal, man. I think we know how to beat them.
Next game would be a good game.
Next game would be a good game.
Definitely.
So where would you rank Charcoal, Independent, Santos, and New Park? 1 to 4.
New Park?
Yeah.
New Park, no disrespect, they can't really be in that
New
conversation.
Park? No, they can't be, bro. Not New Park. I think you got the team wrong.
Why?
You got the team wrong.
Just look at the league table.
New Park?
Yeah.
Just look at the league table.
Yeah, you haven't looked at the league.
They've been getting licks for like the
New
last
Park are dead, man.
6 weeks or something. I don't know.
New Park got the one.
They got a guy on the
Turkish
wing.
youth.
Yeah,
wing.
a Moroccan or
Not
something.
sure where
Moroccan,
he's from.
sorry. Yeah.
Guy on the wing. Absolutely.
He's tired.
man.
He's
It's
tired.
Kareem or something.
He could go into any team.
Yeah,
He's a nine.
Yeah, but that's one player.
Okay.
Cut that so Charcoal don't try and sign him. But
He's
very,
good, though.
very,
He's very
very
good, man.
good.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. But
And they got another guy like Elijah. He sort of plays centre mid, like deep line. He's good. He's one of Nelson's friends.
yeah,
And the
he's
forward
right.
that used to play for Glebe.
He's alright. Yeah.
I think his name's Matt.
Yeah,
His name's Matt.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
good.
He's good as well. Yeah, but again, it's probably just, I don't know. When we played them, to me, there was a bit of fight, and then after we went, I think we went a couple goals up. They just threw in the towel. It was done.
But Charcoal top.
Okay.
I'll say Charcoal.
of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Charcoal top.
Okay.
I'm putting us second, man. I'm putting us second.
I would say I'll say Independent and LSU is very, very
LSU.
close.
Because
I think it's very close.
Yeah.
I think like when we played them the first league game, it was just a one-sided affair. They just absolutely.
Do you know why I don't say LSU? Because I keep forgetting they got so many games to catch up in it. So I keep forgetting sometimes that they're still in there about. Yeah, they're still about. But yeah, actually, yeah.
If they win all those, I think they
win. I think they win the league.
Yeah, so they can still win it. But I think, yeah, obviously the break they had, it's obviously derailed them a little bit. But yeah, in terms of ability, it's very, very close. I mean, I could say when we played them the first game, it was hard.
You could probably say they're
It was
top.
ridiculous.
You could probably put LSU at the top.
They could, but yeah.
No, I can't put LSU at the top.
Why?
It's got to be Charcoal.
If LSU win all their games
Just
and
talking
win the
about
league,
the two
they're
teams
top.
against each other, not obviously sustaining like obviously the trophies and that you can't really compare. I'm just talking about if you put the two teams side by side now, that game's going to be, that could go either way.
Yeah, that could go either way.
Yeah,
But
same as when we played them,
okay.
Yeah, so
That might, you might have a difference of opinion. I see your face.
No,
exactly,
I'm just-
exactly.
I mean, okay. Well, I mean, if I was gonna rank an order, I'd say Charcoal first. LSU or Independent? If I'm going on this season, then I'll say Independent. But literally, if I'm going as in overall,
Are we going off what we've won?
if we're gonna go off,
I'm just asking.
well, okay, all right, okay, well,
It's tight. It's tight.
yeah. But then again, LSU are like on their day, like
They'll beat anybody on their day.
Yeah, of course.
But
Yeah,
so are we.
of course. So yeah. Do you know?
Yeah, that's all right. That's fine. That's all right. That's all right.
So are we.
so, yeah, so
Blood in,
it's
blood
always
out.
gonna be
blood in,
we.
blood out. You ain't gonna just.
all right, okay, so where's Santos in this conversation?
We're Santos. Probably just behind us, I would say.
What in third?
Well, I would say us and LSU would be very close.
Yeah,
Again, for me, like they've got players who've been at a higher level, generally over the pitch, and they're a very good side. And I say the first game we played them, they absolutely trounced us. But then when we played them in the return leg, that obviously got abandoned. That first, whatever it was, we were just all over them. So it's one of them, innit? But Santos, I would say they would
Fourth.
I would say they were fourth. Yeah. No disrespect to them, I would say they were fourth.
No, the disrespect.
There's no disrespect. There's
For
no
me, but for me,
disrespect.
there's disrespect.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, I'm gonna go Charcoal, LSU just independent.
You
You want to say that?
Yeah, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait.
Yeah, of course.
That's all right. It's
Of course.
fine. It's cool. It's all right.
That's your opinion, man.
Everyone's
Yeah,
got their
exactly.
opinion.
Yeah.
That's it.
I respect your opinion.
Yeah, just about. So let's kind of talk about mental health and football and like men. You spoke about it briefly at the beginning of the show. Some like people may say it's slightly controversial, but I mean, again, you know, it's like something that we are now talking about as men, especially as black men as well. Like, there's always been that stigma. There's always been that taboo in terms of talking about our problems at home. Well, not even just at home, but again, football is kind of almost like the kind of release now.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we're young, we can always go outside, you know, school, but now, like, we're kind of all in prominent roles, you know, at work and also at home. So football is kind of our only outlet to actually talk to other men. So again, I think now we are talking about it openly, but like you could have had a
no, I wasn't trying to. I
perspective.
wasn't trying to disrespect anyone who has got mental, because obviously there's, you know, I've got people in my own family with mental health issues, and I'm sure everybody has. But I just feel that now it's just become such like a, I don't know, it's like a buzz term. It's like some people are just, and which is worse because that's not letting the people that actually need the help probably get as much help as they could. Where you've got some people, it's like there's any excuse and it's a mental health problem in some people, not in everyone. But obviously, yeah, of course it exists. And playing football, like you can imagine if all these guys weren't out there playing football as vets, there's a lot of guys in IKEA on a Saturday, boy. That is not good for your mental health. For me. But I'm just saying, like, you know, just to keep playing and to keep having that same thing. Like, even when I play golf, for me, sometimes I play, it's not even really about the game sometimes. There's like 2, 3, 4 of you. Sometimes I play on my own. And like, you're just talking all the way around. So you got like 4 hours, if you're good, 3 hours. But if you got roughly 4 hours to just basically have a conversation, just walking around a park. And obviously you're playing a sport in between, but a lot of the time it's more about that. So everyone needs something. There's got, you know, everyone needs a release of some kind. But yeah, men talking about it, that's always been a problem. But I don't know, maybe more so. It's happening more and more now, but probably still not enough.
But I mean, what is enough though? Because enough is very subjective, isn't it? You know, it's
just, for me, I would always find it difficult because I'm just not built like, I'd just rather, if I've got a problem, I just sort of try and power through it on my own and just keep rolling with a punch kind of thing. But I find that easier than going to someone and being like breaking down, and it's just not for me. It's just not for me, but that doesn't work for everyone. Some people need that release and that vent.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, and like, I'll be transparent. Of course, I've kind of spoken to like you guys about my kind of issues, innit? And again, like, you guys have kind of helped me through a lot of stuff. Without you guys, well, I know you guys know, but I don't think you actually properly know.
I think we all have though. I think we all have, because if I got an issue, I ring you. I might ring Dwayne, or I might ring Ray or Leon or someone. I think building it up doesn't work for me, because then I take it home, and then I might take it out on Mrs. or take it out on the kids, and like, I don't want to do that, innit? So I have to talk about it. But with me, it's different. Say like I'm at work and I want to vent about something, and I might ring you, for instance, and we talk about it. By the time I get home, I'm like,
you're right.
Cool. Then I walk through the door. It's dad time. So I kind of I don't let it build up, because then I don't know, it might turn to the bottle, and I don't drink. So it's no, man. I think it's good to talk about, and I think with us like at working at football, I think we're getting good at it. Like, you know, like as you said, if I'm stressed, I know I need to ring someone. I'm on the phone to you lot more time anyway. So if something happens, you would know, innit? Like, I don't let it. I just try not to let it build up.
And I just want to clarify something. When like Tyson's taking it out on his wife and his kids, we're not talking about no physical, just so like literally. I just want to clear that up.
Yeah, just going home and venting.
Yeah.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I think there's got to be a lot more within Vets football, especially the league that we like playing, because it's a big league, and I'm actually surprised that the league haven't really, I don't want to say jumped onto it, but not promoted it or can literally have some sort of portal or literally some like sort of place where it's a safe space for people.
I think the teams in the league have grown, and everyone in the team has grown, but I don't think the league has grown. I think it's still stuck.
I believe.
I think it's still stuck in that. Oh, let them go out on the pitch and let them play, but the league's growing, the teams are growing, so I think the league needs to grow. I think it needs to actually do a bit more.
Kind of outdated, like how mad. If you think about the league and you think about what it costs to have a pitch, what it costs to pay your subs, all that stuff. If every club contributed, like just as like a fund, like if every club contributed even £50 a year, right, and it just goes into some pot for mental health, right? There's enough money there that if someone's got a real if someone can't, like there's enough money to pay for someone to have a session. You've got like how many teams in each division? 15 teams.
15 teams.
15 teams in each division. Right, so if there was 50, let's just say every team put in £50 a year, whatever it come to. Say there was like £1,000 in his kitty, right? I'm not saying everyone's just got to go and rinse it, but I'm saying if someone's got a real desperate problem, say you've seen a traumatic leg break or something on the pitch, right, and you just go mad over it, and you think you need to speak to someone or anything, a family problem, that the league's got this little fund that it can say like, right, you know what, we can send you to this counsellor because the session's going to cost £70, but it's coming out of this mental health fund, like. I don't know. Maybe it's not that simple. Maybe they've thought of things like that. But to me, I think it's a no-brainer. I
don't. Division 2. We've not spoken about that. What do you guys think about the?
Don't look that far.
We don't look down there.
Look down there, big man.
Division 2.
Phone. I think we'll have to keep scrolling too far. No, I'm joking. We was in it. I mean, I don't know. It's Division 2 isn't that far from Division 1 in terms of
teams,
the ability.
Yeah,
it's not that far, especially like Holland. Like obviously we played.
Yeah,
I wasn't there, but we played them, and
Holland
that game was could have gone either way, going to penalties. So but obviously they're quite a new side. But what are the sides that have been in Division 2 for a while?
Bow Street, no?
Bow Street.
So have they?
Seagrass.
Yeah. So have they always finished? I don't really know much about Bow Street. Like, have they always sort of finished towards the bottom or mid-table?
Yeah,
but there's some teams in that league who want to stay in that league.
Yeah,
because they don't want to
come out. Yeah, they don't want to come out.
That happened. Someone could have gone.
Someone folded. Yeah, someone could. I think someone could have went out, and
someone folded. And then the league asked who wants to come up, and a lot of teams. I ain't trying to say they were scared, but boys. People was like, nah.
Yeah, because they come out and just play with their friends, innit? So if you're going to come out and just play with your friends and, might win, might lose, it's fine, go down to the pub, done in it. But if you're coming out taking licks every week, people start turning up, then you start rocking out with 8 man, it's like, well...
It gets worse.
So I do get it, but then you might as well just, this whole Super League thing, just break in it and just have one league with all the teams in it, and then just have the rest in it. I think that's a good idea. I think that Super League thing is a good idea because...
What?
Oh, you didn't hear about the Super League?
Nah, I've been out of it.
I'm
out of the loop. I'm out of the loop.
There might be a Super League, innit? There might be a Super League. But I think they need to do that. Yeah.
What are they going to do?
Like all the top teams. All the top teams. In one
from
league.
What? The top teams from the Division 1?
Division 1.
And other leagues?
London. Yeah.
Right, okay.
They might as well do
that.
But
who's going to run that then?
I've heard stories, innit? But I don't... I heard stories, but I think they should.
Because it's like it's all right saying, but like the foundations and to make it work like this league. Like obviously they've been doing this league for God knows how long, isn't it? So it's the experience of knowing what you're doing, not just everyone just saying, yeah, let's do a Super League and jump in this league, and next minute there's no refs, there's no this, there's no. Do you know what I mean? Like it's got to be organised properly.
How would you feel about having Div 1 and Div 2 teams, like maybe 4 teams from Div 1? Oh, sorry, from Div 2 going straight up to like
the
Div
good
1.
teams
to Div 1.
Yeah, like the good teams, like like
to make it a bigger league, a bigger division.
Yeah, and like teams that are not gonna just fold or teams that are not gonna.
How many teams? How many leagues divisions are there?
There's 7.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's probably just. I don't know. Maybe it's just too much division. I mean, what's it like in the 7th division? No disrespect, but I've never seen a game in the 7th.
Yeah, we played a team. Remember we played What's that team? Seymour Villas. Seymour Villas.
Seymour Villas.
That was last season, wasn't it?
I know, but they're in that division.
Yeah, I was playing.
You know why I'm saying that as well.
You gave it a
I
pen,
know.
innit?
Yeah, I gave it a pen.
Yeah, but there was a Division 6 team or Division 5 team, and yeah, but even like where they played,
see, that's the difference. Yeah, they were there just to get out of the house, get away from the missus or the mister, whatever you want to say, and they were there just to get out of the house, play football, and go drinking afterwards. That's what they were there for. They even said something like, one of their players even said something like, "Oh, we just want to keep this to 6, like less than 6 or something like that, no more than 6." Like they're not there for that. And they played Santos 3-4 weeks ago when we was playing them, and they lost 15-0. Now when it was 8, I think it was 8 or 10 at half time. There's no point playing. That's nonsense. So, but then what'd you say? Like, stop them guys playing football so they can't get out of the house, so they can't have activity. I don't know. But that's a nonsense game. Maybe they should cut the League Cup at, I don't know, like Div 1 to Div 4 or something like that, so you don't play someone from Div 7 and give them like 15-0. I don't know. But then the FA Cup's for everybody. So
that's what it is, the FA Cup. Yeah.
They could, I suppose, in theory, beat everyone and win the cup.
Yeah,
I suppose. But
what do you guys think about the officiating?
What the refs and stuff?
Go on.
Right.
Oh, you're sitting up.
No. Do you know what? Like, we get all these players, like these big players in this league, like these ex-pros, and it's like I said, they're not updating the refs. They're like we had the ref. I don't even want to bring him up, man.
Just say Mr. X.
Yeah, just say
Mr. X. Big guy.
I know who you're talking
Stands
about.
in the middle of the pitch.
I know who you're talking about.
Like, if the game's moving that quick, he can't move. Like, he got, like, even against Holland, Lionel put the flag up, put it back down, put it up, put it back down. What are you doing? Like, but they said there's no money.
Yeah, there's two sides
There's
to that.
no money.
Because
So you're gonna, like, we turn up on a Saturday and then we see the ref turn up and we're like, oh God, man. Like, because we know what he's about, innit? We had one young ref and he was good. And I was like, you see, that's...
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, we had
dark head.
Yeah, and I was like, he's a good ref. Like, doesn't have it. Then we had another ref, like, black guy, like, very stern. Like, proper stern. Like, he could see he could still move about. So he was good in it. But I just think they need to... I know they're not going to do, like, test or what do they call it? You know, like, when they put them through, like, a test to see if they can still move about. And
Or like a fitness test.
No, something, man.
The thing is with the thing, it's a two-sided coin, because you got the one side is there's not a lot of money in it, and who's really going to come out of their house and take that abuse? Because some of the refs, like, I remember from when I was when I was younger, the ability of the refs and, like you say, the fitness was a lot better. If the ball went from one side to the ref could keep up with play.
Yeah.
Now a lot of the time they're giving decisions from 75 yards away. It's like you can't give a decision and know what you're... Sometimes they're giving a decision just based on someone's scream. You know what I mean? And they can't keep up with play, and then, you know, everyone complains. But then, yeah, all up and down the country, not even just this league, but refs generally are just getting more and more abuse. There's more and more police cases where they're getting banged out by a player, all those kind of things there. So people are kind of like, I don't want a ref no more. So that's why there's such a slim pickings. We're getting... No disrespect to the ones that are doing it, because without them there's no game, but you're getting like the bottom of the barrel now because people don't want to do it no more. Would you? I wouldn't want to do it. Would you?
I wouldn't mind doing it.
No,
because you know what?
But you got to be able to keep up with play.
But you know, I think there's that respect barrier. So I think I'd be a decent ref, because like, maybe
play football, so
yeah,
it's easier. You understand like what's a foul, what's not a foul.
But also as well, I do understand the abuse factor of it, because of course we've seen it at the elite level. If what's his name, Bruno Fernandes is pushing like the linesman, however soft it was, he's still putting his hands on a official, and like there's been no repercussions. So from like from the kids all the way up to adults, we can see that and think, okay, well, if it's all right for the elite guys to do it, then we can do it as well.
100%. Like rugby's completely different. You got 6'7" guys just respecting the ref. It's all mic'd up. Like there's no F this and F that, and so I don't know. It's hard to change culture though. They'd have to from the Premiership. They'd have to start yellow and red carding people like there's no tomorrow for like 2 seasons before people would actually stop doing it. Because it's just in you. You've been doing it since you was a child. I've been abusing the referee since I was young because that's what everyone does. So I don't know, man. It's tough.
Mm-hmm. So social media and the kind of football community, I think you guys have kind of spoke glowingly about how like players are now coming into, especially like vets game, straight after playing professional and non-league football, and of course it kind of coincides with the emergence of social media, in terms of people seeing the highlights, seeing games, like the banter, like the smoke, like however, like you guys seen like the whole social media landscape change.
It depends how they use it though, man. It depends how they use it. Everybody likes smoke. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone likes smoke. Everyone likes banter. But the whole trolling, that's the part. I don't like all that.
Yeah, the trolling.
Trolling's too much.
I haven't got the stomach for that. I can't be like on a live and then people in the comments talking about like what I look like or what I play like or whatever. I'll just be like, what the you know what I mean? I'm not really a fan of all that. So you probably obviously you're on lives all the time, so you probably see people like what people are saying that. But I just think for the good of the game, of the vets game, is just brilliant. Like I think, like you say, love them or hate them, charcoal, like without that team, when they've come in and they've started really pushing like the Instagram and all that, they probably made a lot of teams get an Instagram. Probably, there wasn't a lot of teams that had that, or even they may have had one and just had a picture on there every 6 months. But now you got teams, they're putting up the results, fixtures, they're putting up the results, they're putting up, who's the man of the match, all of that kind of stuff, and that's because of them. So, it's a good thing, but it's got to be used in the right way. I think, when people start getting go over the line with it a bit, when people go over the line with it, that's when obviously you can get problems.
And like when you go in, and when you're saying going over the line, like give me an example apart from patrolling. I mean.
Everyone's got a different like threshold for pain in it. So like, I don't know, someone could call someone a fat this or a fat that, or flipping, look at his dead boots or something like that. Now for me, I'll find that funny.
See, that's funny.
Someone else
funny.
Someone else might want to beef you for that.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. I haven't got a problem with that, but everyone's got a different threshold. So it's hard because you can't please everyone's got different emotions, so you can't kind of cater to everybody. But I just think everyone's got you got a general idea of what's respectful and what's a joke. Most people have got an idea of that. So just try not to step over those lines.
Ty?
Saying it's just that things like that don't bother me though. See, like when someone says, you got dead boots, or like that.
Well, I would find that funny.
You would find that
won't
funny.
bother me as long as I'm playing all right.
We'd be like, do you look at the comment? Like someone's talking about.
Well, someone said your boots are dead.
Yeah, but I find that all funny, bro. But I just think certain. But you can see a troll straight away, like he's coming. Ask about a number 5, or when someone starts picking in it, like, who's the number 5, or who's no good, But the more time it's someone who's done an account and just in there, just trying to dig in it. But
who does that?
I don't know. I've never done
nonsense, man.
I've never done that.
But again, I think what it is, and including myself, I'm not media trained. I just love what I do, and I've been consistent with it. And there's a kind of level of thick skin that you have to, that you got to have if you're going to be out there.
Definitely.
And I think a lot of teams and players have been like, the limelight have just been thrust upon them. It's like, oh shit, like how am I supposed to deal with this? And then if they're bannering like your team or a player,
and you're not used to
it, because of course our like generation was kind of, okay, if I've got a problem with you, we're gonna meet up and then we're gonna talk about it. We're not doing things over social media. That's not how like we like do like face to face, isn't it? So it's about adapting, isn't it? And literally embracing it as well. Because if you don't embrace the social media side of Vets football, I like believe a lot of teams are gonna fade away.
Definitely. Definitely. Because it's going to lead to other. It's very. This is stuff. It's quite mad because this is quite early in this whole social media, Vets football, or even football in general sort of process. And like, I think if you look at what's happening now, I think if you look in like 3, 4 years, 5 years time, you're going to have. I mean, like the likes of SC Dons, obviously they're the ones that kind of. I know Charkov done it in the Vets, but they're the ones that really kind of like put it on the map. And I don't know how many followers they have. You probably know roughly where they are, but them kind of teams there, that's probably led them and that club to other opportunities for advertising and, you know, all other kind of little bits and pieces that just come with having a big following. So you just don't know, like in 10 years time, you might have not a Vets team, but, you know, maybe you might have a non-league side and all of a sudden you've got like, you know, you've got thousands and thousands of followers and that leads to other things for the club. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's good. It's exciting.
And I just want to just go on record to like say, Ty's helped me out a lot. Like he calls me, says, "Oh, to Brees, like I got this like person that you can go and interview." So I want to thank you. And again, Townsend,
big up, man. It's
again,
Dwayne, but yeah, cool.
Dwayne, again, like the first like sponsor of the platform, like. I kind of came like to your offices and you sat me down and said, "You know what, Therese, I actually believe in the concept and actually this is like what I'm going to do." So yeah, I just want to again just going to say thank you to like both of you for
I just think
believing.
I just think with what you're doing, and that's the way I do with my work. What I try and do is I try and just look at where I was a year ago. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be something small. It could be like the company's Instagram. I look at the followers I had a year ago. I look at the followers I've got now. If it's gone in the right direction, I know I'm doing something right. So if you look at what you was doing then and you look at what you're doing now in terms of the more interviews, the setup is more professional.
Yeah, man.
Your shows are, how it looks is more, if you look back to your first show, it's like anyone, it's like a podcaster I follow for golf. He's like the biggest podcaster in the world now. YouTuber, should I say, 2.5 million, almost 2.5 million followers. But if you look back to his first videos, it's all grainy. You can hardly hear the audio. It's, but he's just finding his feet, So it's just the same thing, You just got to look back to where you was and say, right, now all of a sudden I've got X amount of followers, but 4 years ago I had quarter of that. So it must be going in the right direction. That's the way that's what keeps me motivated. That's the easiest way for me to do it.
Yeah. So don't you think if you could help someone else, you would?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm just asking. I'm just asking. If you see someone's not doing as well as you might need your help. I think you should help him. Yeah, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I give you that person's number, you can help him. I'm asking you.
Don't look at me.
I'm asking you a question.
Talking about
because we've had this conversation many a time. We've had this conversation, yeah, that one. We've had a conversation many a time. When someone's not doing as well, I don't think they're doing as well as you.
So like, I think you guys know how I am. Like, I will help whoever. Like, you actually know that.
Yeah,
yeah,
of course, yeah.
And like, you guys have helped me out immensely, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Also, as well, I don't like when people take me as a fool.
Yeah, we get that.
Me either.
Yeah, me either. We get that, but
there's no but in it.
That situation is so. I just think it's so silly, man. We fall out for the most silliest of things, I've noticed that. Like, people start talking
for nothing.
The most silliest of things. And then when you find out why they stop talking, you're like, what is that it? Like, I thought he must have troubled my missus or owed me money or done something. Oh no, he's put something up and I feel like it was a shot at me. But you don't know. Because you didn't find out. And then when you do find... No, it wasn't even for that. Remember the situation we had with the phone call? Why? Remember the situation we had with the phone call? And then we found out, is that what it was? Why, do you want me to say it? Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, go on.
The conversation you, Ray, me and Dwayne had. on the
100%.
phone. And then we found out, raw, you lot are not talking basically, well, because of something that you said to someone else, but you was joking. And I was like, that is so stupid, man. Like, really? Because of that.
It's you know,
Come on, man.
we've had so many, like,
Yeah,
I've had so many arguments with different people of football for stupidness. When I look back on it now, I think, what was even the point? Don't even make no sense.
Exactly.
And we're all cool. We all talk. Like, it don't even make no sense. Like, you see these people like every week. Talk to them out, you know, when you're away from football and all that, and then you have an argument over nothing. But I don't know, man. Everyone's just got a different personality. That's what I mean. I'm not trying to say I'm the easiest person to deal with all the time, because I'm not. But you know, sometimes you just look at it and you think, what's the point? That don't even mean
It's a
nothing.
conversation. You got his number. It's funny because you
Okay,
lot
so
you lot sit
you
there
come on.
looking at each other's Instagram when you post something.
Who?
You might look at their. I'm just saying, you might look at their WhatsApp statuses. So you're seeing everything they're doing, but you wouldn't just message that person and say, "Listen, like, let's just get together and deal with it." Like, it's silly.
Everyone's got
Do
my
you know
number.
that situation between you and X? I don't want to say your name. You've actually crippled our plans of.
I've not crippled anything.
Dwayne, can you co-sign that? We can't even do certain things again.
Yeah.
Because
it's
we
dead,
do it
it's
as
dead.
it'll be four of us doing it. Now, let's go here. Oh boy, if he's going, I've heard this. If he's
Very,
going,
very
I'm not
sad.
going. I'm like, huh?
Very sad situation.
If he's going, I'm
I
not
try
going.
to mend.
Or I'll go, but he can't be in the room. Or like, that is so silly, man. And then what happens? What happens is someone's family member might
Someone gets
pass away or. I reached out to him. I'm like, get out of here, man. I'm not interested. I've reached out to him because his aunt was or his mum was well or something like that. So it takes that for you to reach out to that person. Now, what if, God forbid, that person then passes? I didn't get to say sorry to him because we had a stupid agreement. It's silly, man. So silly. I have a christening. I can't invite you because he's going to be there. He doesn't want to come if you're going to be there. Then, actually, I'll come, but I'm going to stay on that side of the room.
I'm going to stand over there as long as he's standing over there.
Like, that's mad. I think that's so mad. Like, it's a conversation to have. You've played for the same teams. You've been to this place or you've gone away. You've done, and all, it's just silly, man.
And me and him have had many a fallout. And you've been in the middle of most of them.
Yeah,
many a fallout. But he's a good guy, man. So you look at it and you think it's not worth it, man. It's really not worth it.
1 minute. I'm speaking to him on the phone, and then that one calls me. We're like, all right, let me just merge the call. We jump in. 1 minute, I'll ring you back because he's ringing me. So he comes on the phone. Then 1 minute, I'll ring you
wild,
back.
Man. It's wild.
And I'm always the in between. And it's long, but
yeah, I'm always
the in between. 1 minute, I'll ring you back. He's ringing me, and then it's just like,
because our natures are different. Like he's not combative like me and my man. So that's why it's like it would just be like between us. We'll be like, nah, man, instead I'm not talking to him. F this, F that, whatever. And it's just to be honest, it's all nonsense. It always is. It's always rubbish. It's always stupid. It's never nothing serious. Like you said, it's not like, oh, man's up under your missus or something like that. It's nothing. Yeah. It's just, it's nonsense.
You guys know how I am anyway, man. Like, I've never said anything, to kind of end a connection or to kind of end a friendship. You know, I believe I didn't start the situation. I think and of course, when I'm wrong, I will always admit that I'm wrong.
But he doesn't believe he started it. So
okay,
what do we do then?
I don't know. But I mean, but listen, you know what? Again, we're all grown men. You know, I'm kind of willing to kind of have a conversation because again, like, you know, that's kind of not my honestly, that is just not my nature. I hate negative energy. That's the biggest thing more than anything else. I can kind of cope with a lot of stuff, but if there's negative energy around me, I just cut that out. And I've literally learnt the hard way. Hence the reason why we had to have that conversation at Brixton, right?
Well, I thought we would have moved on from then, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought that would have...
It never really moved on, though.
Yeah, I think it was still there, man.
I think it just lingered around.
Yeah.
I think it just lingered around and then, yeah, eventually ended up With a transfer, boy.
Infamous transfer. How has that worked out?
No, you know what? I'm actually enjoying my football.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I mean,
good, man.
it's. I think, of course, you know, kind of going to like a new team. It's kind of new connections. It's new relationships. So it's kind of bedding yourself into that system. Yeah. I mean, I was nervous, like how everyone would actually be. But no, yeah, I've literally enjoyed it. I've played a lot more football. I've been injured as well, like with everyone.
Shock.
Like with everyone.
Maybe more than others.
But you know a lot of
Maybe
the
more
people
than
there anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Now, because of all of this, what you're doing, you could probably go to any team in the league and everyone would know you because of what you're doing.
Any team?
I'm talking about because he's on this.
No, I'm just saying.
He's on the social media
you
thing.
Said he can go to any team.
Yeah, but he's got like 4,000 or 5,000. How many followers?
It's about 5.5.
So it says 5,500. So there's teams outside London, everywhere. So there's a lot of teams he could just go to based on the fact that they'll know him. They interact with him.
Okay.
And I'm also on TikTok as well, close to 40,000 there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just to let you know. And on YouTube.
40.
Oh no. I'm
Doesn't mean you can.
But you know,
Doesn't mean you can rock up at any team though.
No. I'm not saying you can just rock up with your boots and be like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
No. What I mean is because he's on this social media thing now, a lot of people will know the amateur footballer. They'll be like, oh yeah, I know him.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna come. He wants to come down and play. Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah, bring him down.
So yeah, so literally that's my way in, and then literally my ability would be like, oh shocking, or like he's decent. But literally there's a kind of conversation, you know. Well, at least that's my way in. While like other players,
yeah, I'm not saying I'm not saying you're going to cheat your way in. I'm just saying that people just know who you are in it. If you said, "Oh, Dwayne wants to come down to my team," they'd be like, "Don't know who that is." But if the amateur footballer, every team knows you because you're following them. They're following you. They're seeing you post, so they know who you are. No, you can't just walk into any team. Jesus Christ, man.
That's what I was thinking. Huh?
No, but you know, again, you know, I'm kind of enjoying my time. I think
that's good, man.
I think we're third at this present moment in time. We might be second.
You think you go up?
Do I think we go up? Yes. I think it's kind of definitely going to be hard. Of course, like there's Hollington that are doing well.
So wait, let me get this right. 2 teams go up.
2 teams go up, but of course, with the teams that are folded,
yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
There could be a situation where
the teams that are folded from
Div
Our
1.
league, Div 1.
So who's folded from Div 1?
Cudham,
Someone not.
Cudham.
Long Lane folded.
Long Lane.
Did we ever even play Cudham?
Cudham
What's
didn't fold in our league.
We did
In Div 1.
In Div 1? Was they ever in Div 1?
Nah, man.
Yeah.
Cudham.
No.
They must have not played a game then.
No, seriously.
I've never heard of them. I've heard of them.
Cudham haven't even folded. They play. Remember, what's his name plays for them?
The one who,
can't remember his name, but he
the one who coached at West Ham, the one who coached West Ham kids. What's his name? I can't remember.
What's his name? You know, he plays for Cudham, and he said they're playing in some low division because it's easy.
Okay, so then they like must have folded from Div 1 and went down.
Yeah, they were.
So who else folded then? Was that it?
Long Lane.
Long Lane folded.
Oh yes. They folded. Yeah.
Is someone else folded?
So maybe 3 will go up. Maybe
I think 3 or possibly 4. Because again, if Johnson and
it's a
Phillips,
free for all.
Well, so if 2 teams go up, you won't get promoted.
Really?
Nah.
Well, Hollanton's definitely going.
Hollanton will go up.
Hollanton going to win it.
I reckon Wallenham.
You think Wallenham?
Yeah, I think Wallenham will go up. They're mad. They've got that organised, that typical. They got that about them, Wallenham.
Just that, like organised.
Yeah.
Like, and they'll just battle.
Yeah.
We played them. They gave us a proper game.
Battle, yeah.
Yeah, they gave us a.
There's Kawuya.
I don't know.
Kawuya.
Where are they? Some time for me.
They're 5th, but they've got games in hand.
Yeah, but they are a bit on and off. They're a bit hot and cold.
Yeah.
Whereas Holland are just beating everyone, so they're definitely going to go up. Probably as champions.
To be fair to them, like they deserve it. You know. I think they've not been beaten in the league in 2 years, in 2 seasons.
Yeah, something mad like that.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Yeah, they're good, man. Yeah. I do like them still.
Yeah, which is actually annoying. You know, which is actually annoying. So they've come straight from Div 3, come straight to Div 2 and haven't lost.
Yeah, but
it's really.
Some teams have done that though. Look at One-Bells when we was in Div
5, 4 or 5.
Div 4 or 5, yeah.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Actually, where would you rate one bells compared to
Charcoal.
LSU
And
Charcoal.
One bell.
Me
One bell
personally, I put them top.
Would you?
Yeah, man. They just had with Charcoal. You can look at Charcoal and you think, no, we can get something here. But you see one bells.
Actually, before we continue, so just for context, one bells was Jimmy Bullard's team.
Yeah,
right?
which is now sort of Glee. It's now Glee,
yeah.
basically. So he probably stopped having involvement in it. They became Glebe. One of my friends is there, sort of on and off. I think he's running the Saturday team, the open age team. But when they were one bells, they were a real problem. I mean, we gave them a hiding once. We beat them 6-1. It was like a freak
That was a
game.
freak
Everything
game,
we did
yeah.
in that
Yeah.
game just worked. Everything. Someone hit one from 25 yards, winning the top. Like, it was one of them. But every other game, they've just dominated us, and we were the next best team in that division. But they were just that much better because they had Jimmy Bullard, a couple players I know from around, and I think generally all of their players have been around. Played sort of some non-league kind of football, and they were just better. But I think if you look at them from then, but you look at like independent now. Because I don't think, if you look back when we used to play one bells in them early days, I don't think we were as good as independent are now.
No.
So it's like it's kind of two era kind of trying to compare two eras kind of thing. Because I don't think we were as good as independent are now. So I think if we had played one bells back then with this team, it would have been a lot closer. I think.
They were just thing of one bells. The way they played, man.
Yeah, the way they play is just so bad.
Bang, target man, hold up, everyone runs off. And it was like they did the same thing over and over and over again. It's like they mastered. One of those Street Fighter posts you press R2. It was like that. It just always worked.
They just don't. They don't stray from how they play.
Yeah.
It's like it's gonna work or it's not gonna work. It's kind of like Man City
yeah.
kind of thing. We're just gonna play this way. We're not gonna start hitting it long. And if it works and we get out of it, because sometimes we might go 1-0 up against them, and then all of a sudden they just be like, nah. We'll put the hammer down now, and it just like next minute it's 3-1. You're like, what? But they are
Charcoal probably more modern.
the modern version.
Version of one bells.
But I always talk about like Leroy Huggins, like to anyone who we used to when they were the team, like he was up front, and I used to play centre half, and like he's a cool guy, but he was such a handful, man. He was just like every game, he never gave you an easy game, never. And he did the same thing all game. He didn't even really score a lot of goals, but he just did the same thing. You just get it, just bring it down, and you just lay it off, and he just did it for like 5 years. He just did the same thing, and he just kept winning. But I don't know, Charcoal. I think Charcoal have taken it up a notch in terms of obviously what they do with the socials, but the level of player is quite. I'd say it's quite similar, and how they play.
Yeah.
I think one bells it was just like everything was basic, but it just always worked.
Yeah.
Didn't have guys in their team that tried to do this and drop shoulders, and it was
They had
just
no egos either.
Nah, and no egos. Yeah, no egos. None at all.
Never got on each other's back. Like if they were losing 2-0, it's like, how you? None of that.
Yeah, we go 1-0 down. That'll be it, man. It's just like we're just on smoke, boy. We're just like we get to fight each other sometimes, but they just get on with it, and
they were humble. Like after a game
in victory,
like,
they
you might have got licks, and after the game, you're like, I don't want to talk to them. Like you're pissed in it, but no, come and have a drink in the bar and da. And you don't want to do that because you just took licks in it. But they were humble. See, with Charcoal, it's a bit you get the smoke and the banter. So you're like, no, I'm not coming there.
Yeah, it's the online stuff now.
Yeah, online stuff.
It's made it different, man.
Waiting for that post. Like, oh god.
And you guys have played under, of course, Ray, Paul, and Lloydie. Literally, how was playing under Lloydie?
You want to go on?
Lady, to be honest, I've known Lady for God knows how long. Lady is a good motivational speaker. Like before you come out of the tunnel, you need Lady there because he'll make you feel like, right, I'm gonna do a bit today. With the tactics and I don't know, I'll probably say Ray's probably better when it comes to tactics. I think Lady's always had good players, so it's like
that's facts.
Put them on the pitch,
that's facts, yeah.
and I know they're gonna win.
That's facts.
He doesn't even do nothing. I know they're gonna win. With Ray, he's kind of built it from Division 5. He's had maybe players who are not that good, but then he's gradually got this player in and that player in, and then But I think Lloydie's always had it. He's I don't know.
I think Ray's got better with experience with time. I think he's got better because he's had to get better. But he's still, obviously, there's still things like anyone that, he probably looks back on it sometimes after a game and says, boy, why did I do this? Why did I do that? And Lloyd used to do the same thing. But with Lloyd, I think, like you say, he's always had good players. So it's been a bit easier at the top level to manage. He doesn't really have to he's not coaching. He's not the LSU players he's got now. He's not coaching. He's just picking the team and they're going out and doing what they do because they know how to play football. But when I was playing with Lloyd, I mean, like Ty was saying, like in the change room or something, he could say something to you. I'm not joking. The guy's got a mad Jedi mind trick. He could say something to you, and he make you think you're just gonna go out there and just dominate everybody because he's that kind of. He's off the cuff. He's off the cuff. Man. Yeah. Team talks, like it's all off the cuff. Like even when I've played like non-league and that, there's no one that does it like that. No one.
It's never the same thing. Never says the same thing.
Never says the same thing, different. And it's always like I was just shocked how much off the cuff it is. And he will do a talk, and after he's finished, you'll be like, this is what I mean. But yeah, it's like I say with Ray. He's experience, isn't it? It's like he's been running a team that's predominantly won easily every week, and it's just been easier football. But now, it's just tactical now. It's mad tactical. You really have to like make in-game changes based on what the other team's doing. It's just a bit more chess like. So yeah, he'll be better next year than he is this year.
And with Paul and Gary as well.
Gary deals with more of the. Gary deals with a lot of stuff with like the warm up and like he does a lot of the. Yeah, more to do with the warm up. To be fair, getting the team ready, and he doesn't. I don't think Gary really gets involved in too much of the tactic side of things, from what I remember anyway. Paul's just there to have an argument with someone. Paul. Paul's just there to have an argument with someone. That stuff on the sideline, that game on the side, he always talks about. Yeah, he's there for that. And to be fair, there are times when, if like it's not going well at half time, like he'll come in and he'll just like do a mad rant. And sometimes it gets a reaction, but that isn't always. It doesn't always. It's not always the way. Like sometimes you need a team talk about the situation you're in, like not just a general like this is crap, that's crap. But that works. Sometimes it works. It worked in the cup final, definitely, because in the first half we was terrible. So I scored in that game, by the
way. Yeah, but it was the fourth, so it didn't really matter.
Oh, wow.
What? Oh, did you hear that?
Oh, yeah,
that is cold. But I thought didn't that put cold water on them to say, oh, you know what, this is dead now, it's 4-2. Yeah, I thought that just killed them off.
Don't you dare.
Is he mugging me off? Is he mugging me off?
You talk about the overhead kick. No, you don't talk about the
overhead. Well, I mean, didn't I come on and kind of change the game?
Did you come on at half time?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Was it half time or was it just after half time?
No, it was half time.
Was it a half time?
You changed the game though.
You did make an impact. I'm not.
We had this conversation,
didn't impact.
You didn't change the game, but you had an effect on something or the other.
I think you hit someone early. You hit someone quite early who was doing a bit in the middle. I don't think you got booked, but I think you fouled someone or you tackled someone. Should I say? I want to say fouled someone. But no. You did make a difference in that game. Yeah,
big game player.
No,
you're a big game player.
No.
I'm a big game player.
No. You can't say one big game. You're a big game player.
Two. Yeah.
Hold on. I played in the final before.
Yeah, but
and I was man of the match.
Yeah, but you can't count 2 games out of a 7-year vets career and say I'm a big game player. You got to be a big game player every week.
Every week, yeah. Every big game you got to do a bit. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you're a big game player, but you've had an impact in certain games.
Is that not fair to say? In your team now, who's a big game player? Who would you say? Ainsley? He turns up kind of every week, no matter what.
Big game player, I'll say, yeah, Ains, Chris, Chinny.
I don't try and name the whole 11.
No, but again, say players that kind of make an impact. Yeah. But
I'm saying like the guys that turn up consistently, because not every player can do it. You might have a guy who's great, but he can be great one week and just not like missing.
What, as in missing, as in physically missing, or missing?
Just missing as in he's on the pitch, but he's not doing. He's not like nothing's happening.
But see, I think everyone's allowed a couple of bad games.
Oh yeah, of course. But there's just some men that have more than a couple.
Hey, listen, I mean, hey, like I can say that with the games, when I do come on the pitch, or when I do play, I always give 100%. And of course, it's kind of down to the individuals around me and the spectators to actually say, "Oh, you've had a good game," or
but I've always say when you have a good game, I always say you have a good game.
What?
When Tariq play well,
you always get told when you have a
good game. The things is,
yeah, but let's see, with you,
no, don't do that.
When you played well, you say, "How did I play?"
Yeah, when he knows he played well,
he
does all that, man.
Play?
I'm like, oh, did you see my tackle in the 4th minute? I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, 4th minute. You told me specifics. You see my tackle. I'm like, it was a good tackle. I always say when you play well, so you play well. But the thing is, if I play well, I know I played well. I don't really need you to tell me. That's what I expect from you. But you want us to, but I played well in this. And he starts picking up, when he played against Wallingham, I came over 20 minutes. And I'm like, do you remember that?
Like independent now, like seeing the team week in, week out, maybe not so in the last few weeks, but now I'd say the team has got much more of more big game players than the team ever had before.
Yeah.
It would always be like 1 or 2, but now it's like there's 5, 6 men that you would say they can turn it on and probably win the game for us. That always helps.
What does football mean to you guys?
It's a release. Get out the house. Go see my mate. Do you know what? It's weird because when I used to play football on a Saturday, like proper combined football, it used to be my get. I used to go and enjoy it. And then when I stopped playing, I thought, boy, that's it, And I stopped for a little while. And I thought, nah, man, I need to play football, man, because you missed the buzz, innit? The before, the after. No, actually, the before, not so much the after, because if you didn't play, you're bugged, innit? You're going home pissed, innit? But when I come to Vets, I enjoyed it all again. I was like, no, I want to keep this going. That's probably why I retired. Like, I enjoy it. I still play. I'm playing with my friends now. Before on Saturdays, I'm playing with people I don't know. I might know 3 or 4 players, but now I know everybody. Plus, you make proper friends in this football. Plus, all my friends that I used to play against, I've played in the same league, so it's banter, innit? Like I miss all of that. I miss all of that. So it's a bit of a release, innit? If I didn't play football now, what'd I do? Go gym, just get hench. I'm like, I'm 5'8", bro, broad shoulders. I don't get hench in it. So no, it's a release for me, man. It's a release
because people don't really go. It's not like, I don't know. Before people used to go raving a lot more, and people don't really do that as much anymore. So that's probably where you'd more likely see your friends going out of the weekend, going here, going there, doing that experience raving thing. So, like,
I can talk about that.
So no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. We know what that is. I'm not going to do that. But that's where you'd see your friends more time. So now you don't really have that as much. Football is massively important, and like I say, even by not playing, still just going to the odd game, turning up, seeing everyone, being in the change room, being there at halftime, like all of that, it is, you kind of still need it. And that's why, again, like sometimes you see guys, you always get that, you get that guy at a team who is like an older guy, he's like someone's second uncle or something. And like no one really knows him, but he just turns up and he's just there on the side watching, and he'll come and talk to you, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That guy that no one, you kind of don't know him, but he's always at your games, and because it's like sometimes people just need something to do to get out of the house, to be active. You know what I mean? You're gonna stop playing football and sit indoors. Like if I didn't play golf, then I would do something else, because otherwise I'd just be sitting home. I'm practicing all the time. It's just giving me something else to do. So yeah, I just think like you just need something. Everyone does. So I don't know what we'll do when we stop playing, or when everyone gets too old. You just drop down a division, I suppose.
It's not the same though, man. It's not going to be the same players.
But the same players are getting
Start
older.
again.
Everyone's getting older though.
Hmm.
So no matter how good, this is what I'm saying, everyone thinks like, you know, just going to be at this level forever doing this and that. But at some point, you know, you're not going to be able to drop that shoulder no more, man. It's going to be like, it's going to be a myth. So you're going to have to go down.
And is there anything that I've missed from this conversation that you guys want to talk about?
Why you left? I don't know. Huh? Why you left?
Why I left?
Yeah. Why you left independent?
Yeah, let's talk
Ask me
about
a
that.
question, and I'm you. Well, I was expecting that. No, you said why you left.
Why I left? I felt I just needed a change. I felt that there was. I think you guys have said anyway. They can label you with something like you know, oh, he's a joker. He's this. He's a hard man. Da da da. And I got labelled with like something. I believe, and no matter how serious I was with certain things, I was still labelled that particular person. And of course, in my last season, without going into kind of too much, of course, there was a kind of conversation regarding attendance, commitment, you know, whatever. And of course, that's very subjective. It is. It is.
No.
Listen,
No.
Terrible.
It
Your
is.
attendance, fitness, it got better towards the end. But Jesus Christ, bruv, it was terrible. Therese, why not playing today? Oh, my hammy. Why not playing today? My ankle. Oh, why not playing today? I'm going, I don't want to start saying.
No, don't, man.
I'm not going to say that, but
hold on.
it was just like,
Yeah, but if I'm injured, I'm
Therese,
injured.
Therese, I'm leaving at half time. Where you going? I've got a birthday party to go to. At half time?
Yeah.
Bruv, come on, man.
That's wild.
Come on, that is
It's wild.
wild, bruv.
The party wouldn't have finished.
The party's not done in then. And then you're like,
You jumped to.
then you're on the bench next week. We played half, bruv. I thought I played well though, but you can't just.
I never said that.
I'm just saying, you would say to me, you would say something like that to Reece. But like, I thought I played well last week. Do you remember the game when you played like 20 minutes and you come on and you played well, and then you was on the bench the week after? You was like, I thought I should have started.
When I played 20 minutes, when I came on for 20
You
minutes,
come on and you played well.
you'd have to name the team.
I can't remember, mate, because it's
Yeah,
just your attendance and everything was terrible. We used to get onto you about it all the time. Like, Therese, you're not playing on Saturday. Check.
No, but again,
that.
I think again when you actually break it down, when you actually look at like fixtures, you will actually realize the fixtures that I missed. There weren't a lot of fixtures because don't forget there were times where we didn't play. So again, that's the label.
Yeah.
That you didn't play. Oh, we didn't have a game.
We didn't have a game.
So if you missed 2 games and then we didn't have a game for 3 games, and then you come back, how do we know he's gonna turn up to those games?
Well, that's life, isn't it?
But that's the thing. With me, everybody knows I want to turn up for those games. Dwayne, everybody knows he's gonna turn up to those games. You were like, we don't know.
It's one of, it's
Do you see what I'm saying?
kind of up in the air kind of thing. You jumped a bit too quick as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
you
I
jumped
think
too
you did.
soon. But
Yeah, I think
you know,
you did. I think
if you're happy now, then you know what I mean.
you're happy
No one
because
can
you're playing.
no one can knock it. But
So you're playing, so you're happy. I get it, innit? But I don't know. You played left back, up front, centre back. It's all over the place, man.
That's not all over the place.
you buried though.
Yeah, exactly.
When did you score?
Yeah, I scored. I scored against Bow Street. Was it Bow Street?
Shock bullshit runners. You
No, but again, you know, it just proves that I can play in different positions.
played up front. You scored.
Yeah.
You played up front and scored.
Yes. Yeah.
Fucking hell, boy.
That's football IQ for you.
I didn't.
Where's the camera so I can do the shock face? When I do the shock face, bro.
No, fair play to you. If you
No, listen. You know what?
scored.
You know what? I mean, again, football is a very, very funny sport, and that's from elite all the way there. You know, all the way down. I kind of believe that any decision that I make, I always think about it first. Yeah, people may like say it was a knee-jerk reaction. You know, we all know the conversations behind the scenes, but no, again, it was, you know, it's just making sure for me, because again, I've probably got maybe 2-3 years tops.
See, you've already done it. You've already given yourself 2 or 3 years.
No, but because literally there are like, you know, other goals and aspirations that I want to do.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Besides playing the football. So, you know, and again, there's been kind of certain things where, yeah, I've like played on injuries. I've missed out on work. You know, making money. I've like missed out on like family birthdays and like, you know, whatnot. And sometimes I think, where has that got me?
Yeah, but that's your decision, man.
Exactly. So then when I decide, or, you know, I can't play because of my birthday or whatever it is, then people have to respect that decision.
Your own birthday, not playing football.
If it was your birthday and you had a game, you would miss the game because it's your birthday.
What are you talking about? He's done that every year since I've known him.
You know that it's my birthday next week, on the 18th.
Guess you're not playing next week then? Who's Catford got next week? I bet you don't even know.
No, LSU.
You got LSU?
Yeah. So you're not playing?
I'm not playing.
Why?
What a madness.
I can't get my head around it. It's the whole day.
So you're not going to play football for 2 hours because...
I'm going out for the whole day.
Where you going?
This is a surprise, isn't it? I don't know.
I believe you, but I'm saying it's wild.
Yeah, that's mad. I don't know. You've committed to playing Saturday, so if it's my birthday on Saturday, I can do...
Saturday night?
Yeah, after.
No, but I've got things to do Saturday day.
She's just lying, you know. I could find out easy.
Yeah, I know. Don't find out seriously. But again, that's like my decision.
If you're a big player for your team, and the manager said, "Yeah, Tabriz, big game for you on Saturday, but I can't make it. It's my birthday." That's why we're like all 40.
You should get fined for that.
No,
man.
that's a fine.
It's a fine.
Really?
Yeah, it's a fine.
100%.
That's a fine.
I don't know anyone who misses football for their birthday.
And you know the thing about Tabriz, right? What Tabriz will do is, if he has a worldie the game before, and he misses that next game because of his birthday, see, when he comes back, he's expecting to go straight back in.
I should be playing.
I should be playing. Tell the truth. You would expect to go straight back in, right?
Depends on like the squad.
That's a typical Tabriz answer, you know. No, you played well. You expect to go straight back in because it was your birthday. It doesn't count.
Yeah, but like if the team wins, when you know I'm not there, or like win, lose or draw, I don't expect to go straight back in.
So you've never expected to go straight back into after playing well the week before? Yeah, you think about it.
The only time I like think I should play when like the following week is if I'm there the following week.
Which is never. That's that tag you got labelled with. Sorry, man.
Which is untrue.
Do you know what you need to do? You need to play 3 seasons.
Oh, well,
play every game every week, and that will all wash away your past history.
3 seasons
washed away.
Never gonna happen.
But the chances with them ankles, there's no chance.
Never, man.
Ty and Dwayne, thank you so much for like coming on.
Nah, no problem. I actually enjoyed it, you know. I actually enjoyed it. I might do another one of these.
No,
you're done with it. He's dead.
That's how it looked. I looked over there, you know. That's how I looked at there. I see all the cameras. I was like, whoa.
No, man, I like this still.
It's a good setup, man. It's wicked, man. Wicked setup.
So please like, share and subscribe, and we'll be back next week.